The one thing people always say when we do this every single year, what am I looking for? So I did give you some guidelines. The first thing, assess bilaterally, obviously. And because I'm assuming nobody has pathology, you can't really compare the pathological side to the non-injured side, right? So it's kind of hard to make a comparison unless somebody actually has the injury. Like a hip tightness or back problems, it's kind of hard to see anything kind of jump out at you. And even at this point, things aren't going to jump out at you much. Let's take one person. We're looking at Jordan, right?
Yeah.
No, because Jeff made some points, and he was like, okay, well, this is what I see. What does that mean? I don't know. So we'll just have Jordan just walk back and forth. And again, I'll keep saying this stuff, but you guys just pay attention to what I verbalize. If you guys want to sit in the middle to have a better view, just kneel down so the first people behind you can, and just go back and forth. Okay, you guys have an idea of when the stance phase is happening. And some of you can actually kneel down here because he's just going to go back and forth. Right? So take a look at the arches.
Nice model.
That's not a normal gait. Okay, so arches are the first thing. Do they fall?
Yeah.
Okay, remember how we say where the reaction forces are supposed to go? So heel strike, lateral foot, across the transverse arch through the big toe.
His feet are turned out.
Okay, so that could be hip, that could be knee, that could be ankle. That's the first thing. Just look at the arches, and then look at how force is transferred through his feet when he walks. They do this activity in the fall where we put paint on the bottom of your feet, and we can actually see, like, your footprint, etc. What we'd like to do is put force plates here, so you can actually see on a screen how the force travels to the bottom of the foot. Okay, I'll keep going. Heel strike. Not too much difference in sound that I can pick up when I see you guys dance. We'll just take about 5 seconds and hear them walk. Don't hear much difference in heel strike. Leg rotation. So now this is the challenge part. Leg rotation knees to patella. So take a look at the anterior tibias relative to the feet and the anterior tibias relative to the knees, and see if there's a difference bilaterally. You don't.
I'm looking at that.
Okay. So certain things are happening at his feet, which are going to translate into his shins, that obviously will translate all the way up. So obviously you guys notice he's got bunions, right? He's got a little bit of hallux valgus. His feet are a little bit flat. So what can you say about his shins?
He's a little bow-legged.
Okay.
So maybe a joint a little.
Okay. Good. Okay, these are just observations. We'll interpret that later on. What else do you guys see? Again, just be honest with your eyes and just state what you see.
Like kind of like it rotates laterally.
What rotates laterally?
The tip.
Tips,
Or the
okay.
fib.
So that's what Jeff said outside. The tips kind of rotate laterally a little bit. Now, here's the question. Can you explain why? Why does it look like his tibias are turning out?
His knees kind of do the same thing though.
Did you hold his feet in?
Does he hold his feet in?
Could be like a tight IT band.
Possibly tight. From what it looks like, so where is he toeing off? This is big toe, right? Obviously.
Yeah.
But where on his big toe is he toeing off? Towards the medial side or the lateral side?
Medial.
Medial. So he's flat-footed, so he's pushing off. And if you look at his heels, what do his heels do as well? On toe off. Do they kick medial or kick laterally? Medially. So his heels kick in medially, which forces his anterior tibias to go laterally. So it's not his tibias that are rotating, actually. You see that rotating, but I think it's the fact that he's heel strike. And then when he toes off because he's flat-footed, his heels kick in because he's bearing weight on the inside of his feet. And as he does that, his heels kick in on toe off, which rotates his tibias out. So do we fix his tibias or do we fix his feet? Fix his feet. Okay. But some people outside, so Jeff said, okay, his tibias are turning out. What's wrong with his tibias? But then that's how you have to kind of problem solve a little bit, right? Is it actually his tibia? I mean, that's what you see, but is it coming else from elsewhere?
Would he run into like a meniscal injury though?
Possibly, because of the rotation, right? Possibly. So we got cleats on, and he tries to kick his heels in because the way he toes off, that could increase his risk for meniscal because of the rotation. Thanks. Okay, have a seat. So that was just a little bit. That was a piece of what you guys do next semester. Okay? So kind of expect that. If you can start that process now by paying attention to these little things and then try to think about, okay, why is he doing that? That'll help you next semester. It might even help you now with some of the things that you're looking at exercises.